So, John, tell me, what brings you in today? I see you came alone this time.
I guess I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling used. I don't know what to make of it, Dr. Friedrichheimer.
It's pronounced Friedrichheimersteinfein. So, what is the reason you feel used?
I partnered with Sportsman's Guide and I got a discount code. And since then, I feel like everyone just uses me for my discount code.
So, this code you speak of, what does it, how do you say, do?
Deals on military surplus and sporting goods and hunting stuff, apparel, ammunition. Does everything.
And just to be thorough, what is the code?
Not you too, Doc. Come on! I'm done with this! And it's Warrior!
Vision of the function getting blurred. Need to slow down, grass in the bushes. Sounding like it's more time. Go out, go numb, head ghost town.
All right, what's happening, folks? We are reviewing the Holosun 507c pistol optic. It's pretty legit. I like it because you can get it for $300 rather than the $400, $500, $600 that you would be spending on something like the Trijicon RMR or the Loophole Delta Point Pro. Both of those optics are really good to go. Like them a whole lot. Trust them. Strangely enough, though, I like them. I trust them. Stuff does happen. This is my 19X. It was milled for a Trijicon RMR, and the little glass block, which the light-emitting diode passes through, popped out when I was shooting this gun. So the RMR, I mean, that went down, and Trijicon ended up cowboying up right away, fixed it, sent it back. Easy process, crap happens. But in its place, I put this Holosun, and it's the Holosun is built kind of with factory settings already. So if the RMR fits it, the Holosun can slide right in its place. The screws haven't backed out. I've marked them, and I've put around 600, 800 rounds through this. So not a ton, but what I've seen so far, I like it. And as I've talked to other different people in the industry, kind of my peers in the pro instructor circuit and what they're seeing of like, man, these things, they look pretty good to go. Holosun's kind of surprised us all of like, hey, it's an inexpensive option and it looks like they're making some pretty quality stuff. So for instance, this little guy, 507c, this is a little tank. It's built out of 7075 aluminum. That's aircraft aluminum. You can't get tougher aluminum than that. It's incredibly tough. That being said, it's not the aluminum that would fail on this, as the aluminum may be actually tougher than parts of your gun. But it'd be like kind of, hey, how's the glass? How is the light emitting diode? How's the epoxy in there? Did they temper that stuff right? Are the electronics going to fail? I think that this stuff is good to go. I think it's a tough optic, CNC machined. Good to go. All of it just kind of had a good quality feel to it. The screws, the adjustments. When I went to zero it, the click adjusters had nice positive kind of clicks where you felt it clicking in place, and the movement of my dot, corresponded correctly with the click adjustments that they gave me in my manual. So all around, it looked like it was very, very well engineered. So something that I immediately didn't like on the get-go is when I pulled it out, it had this big ring in it. It's a 35 millimeter ring, and it's kind of like, if you like EOTechs, you may really like that ring. I don't like that ring, but it has different reticles that you can use. You can have that big 35 millimeter ring or just a little dot. And so if you hold down one of these buttons for a few seconds, it'll switch. And then, so every time I pick it up, it's just this beautiful, crisp little 2 MOA dot. Guys who are wanting like, hey, I want a 5 MOA dot or 7 MOA dot. Why? Why would you want a bigger dot? The smaller dots and the big dots, you can pick up a small dot just as fast as the big dot. Big dots can kind of look a little bit more like a smudge, but with the small dot, where I see it just as fast as the big dot, The small dot allows you to make more precise shots, especially at distance. So small dot, and if you want it brighter, just dial the small dot up greater. So if you like bigger dots, get over it. Small dots are where it's at. That's the heat. So 2 MOA dot, good to go like that. Now, something that I didn't like on it was the battery is underneath the optic, which you think about that of like, great. Now, when the battery dies, I have to take the optic off. I lose my zero, and that's just a big nuisance. And now I got to undo the screws and make sure I got my blue Loctite on there again so everything is happy, and then watch the screws to make sure it doesn't, hey, that sounds awful. The good news is, and the thing that really negates that irritant that I have with where the battery is the battery lasts, if you put it on medium setting and left it, the battery would last for 10 years. 100,000 hours. So it's like, oh, every 10 years I got to replace the battery. Hey, suck it up, Buttercup. That's okay. You can do that every 10 years. So can I. Now, some other things that even enhance that feature to say, hey, batteries, don't worry about it if they're truly what they're saying it is. And I have no reason to believe they're not. It also has a solar fail-safe right here. So your battery's dead. Hey, guess what? You got some sun out. Now you're definitely going to be good to go. And a third thing is it's got a shake-awake technology. So after 10 minutes, if I just put my pistol down, walk away, it's going to go off. And when you grab it, shake-awake doesn't mean like, wake up! It's not that. It's if you touch your gun, if you pick it up, the dot comes on immediately. So you never fear it not being there right when you need it. But that just basically means, hey, this thing is on and ready to go. Running it out on the range, I had a really good time with it. The curvature right here, something I liked even more than the RMR, the curvature kind of goes up. I don't really ever miss my red dot when I present because I've trained my presentation, very, very well. So the red dot's always there. But when it's almost out of that, or especially when I present one-handed, which I haven't trained nearly as well as the two-handed position, especially under stress, if the dot is ever almost out of my field of view, it's up toward the top. And with the concave feature of the RMR at the top, sometimes it disappears, but this is more convex, which means the dot is it's a little bit better of a field of view, which I really liked and appreciated. So yay for that. It has 10 daytime settings and 2 night vision settings. So there you go. I won't ever use the night vision settings because even under night vision, if you have to all of a sudden switch to flashlight daytime optic, you want it at least so that you can be able to see it if you react to a suddenly lit environment. So I don't use the night vision settings anyway, but if you were so inclined, they are there for you. I like at least on setting 1 for daytime. That was a big rant that almost there's 3 dudes out there that actually care about what I said, and you don't even agree. So all in all, I'm pretty excited about this. The opportunity to get this for $300. That's $100, $200, $300 cheaper than some of the competitors that I really like and recommend. It may be just really, really good for quality. I'm gonna keep getting these and playing with them. I'm enjoying this so far. Good to go. So maybe you want to pick one up too, guys. If you use the links below, it helps us out a lot. If you don't like me, then don't use the links. Train hard, train smart. We'll see you next time, guys.
I think it's alright. It's pronounced Feinstein, Schnilz, Feinstein, Frick, Milch.
A little less.
It's pronounced Friedrich Weinstein. Milch. Milch. In Spätern.
Sorry, my bad.
I'll do it.
All right, here we go.
And
What I'm losing it again. It's not funny. This is not funny. All right, go.
And just to be thorough, what is the code?
Doing so well. Oh! Oh, it's doing so well, but then you went all high on chord. And that is the video. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Remember to subscribe, comment, like. All that stuff is fantastic. Thank you, Sportsman's Guide, for sponsoring this video. And everyone out there, train hard, train smart, and we'll see you next time.